That's killed it.
You made the decision to play Thiago. But Klopp doesn't change the system since move back left. He don't want to change from the 4-3.
Boom, what's going on, people? We're back again on the Jerry James show for the Liverpool versus Rangers Champions League preview. I'm with the main man himself, Romz, as always. What's going on, Romz, man? What are you telling me?
I'm good, bro. Just, you know what, tonight I'm slightly nervous. That's mad to even say that we're at home against Battle of Britain. Let's be real, that Rangers are a big club, but quality-wise, the goal's mad. But who's to say we'll win? That's been the narrative the whole season. But other than that, bro, I'm good. I'm good. What about yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I feel like I'm gonna be vindicated yet again. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna concede first. And you know how it is, man. You know how it is. Big up to obviously everyone that's in the chat already, as you know. And I like the fact that I'm not saying it now. It's amazing. It's amazing. Big up Ricky in the building. Ricky in the building saying, "Pay the admission, lads. Hit the like." And listen, we know like upon entry. That's your ticket to admission on the show. If you don't like, we're gonna have to make sure we get the bouncers out. And Ricky's looking like he's in contention to be the bouncer for this stream. So you know. Guys, just smash the like. We already got 12 people in the building, so please get that to 12 likes straight off the bat. Yeah, I mean, easy, light work, and we'll get into it. But guys, Liverpool are set to kickstart their season yet again.
How many times have we said that?
I've said that so many times now. Like, guys, we are in the mud. This game is actually bigger than I anticipated.
Yeah.
That this game's actually bigger than I anticipated. I'm looking at this game now, and it's like, if we don't win this, it's fully Europa League settings. And the fact that G's got his hood on, you know what time it is. He's already in hiding. He's preparing. Because guys, I'm telling you, if we lose this game, it's Europa League settings. If we lose it back to back,
might not be Europe at all.
Won't be Europe at all. We don't even get conference.
It's a mad thing. How's everyone doing today?
We're good, man. We're good. We're just obviously.
It's like it always is. We're good until we have to speak about Liverpool, bro. But the day's always going well. But
I totally feel you, man. I heard you on big up everyone inside. Make sure you're slapping the likes. Big up my two brothers. Heard obviously Jerry on Coppish. Hold tight the man them over there as well.
Make sure you don't go back and watch that. Drift and Jerry chopped up. Real combo, man.
And to be honest, everything you said there, I'm gonna say here. Like, but like you know what I mean? It's we as you just said, bro. Like we might not even make it out of like this group. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's actually mad to think that we're in a situation whereby we're in a group full of, and no disrespect to Rangers, no disrespect to Ajax or Napoli, but there should be a group that we're slyly, after last season anyway, when we finished top of the group, 6 games, 6 wins, AC Milan, you know, Porto, Atletico Madrid. Are you trying to tell me that this group we shouldn't be able to handle? But the way that Liverpool are playing recently, I wouldn't be surprised if we lost today, and I've not got us to win either, but we'll get into that, I guess.
Yes, it's a mad one. And look, we're coming up against a team that it's probably the easiest game in the group that we've got at the moment when you consider the other teams. But it's just as worrying because Liverpool always spring up a surprise. Actually, to tell a lie, one thing that's not going to be a surprise is Liverpool are going to concede first, guys.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to concede
G and
first.
Jerry will tell you. I told Jerry to put the title of the show, Liverpool concede first, but what minute will it be? That was good. I'm not going to be, but I was like, that's a suggestion for the head of the show because we will concede first, regardless of the result. We'll concede first. Kolak, I can see it. A Kolak header. Ryan Kent whips it in, nods it. VVD and Trent caught sleeping. I could just see it. I can see it.
Remember, we're a scalp. Like that's one thing we forget. We're a scalp to Rangers. You know, like they're the underdogs. We're the big dogs supposedly in this kind of game. So them coming to us, that should be it's a bit more worrying because they've got nothing to lose. Nothing. Everyone expects them to get dumped on. Everyone expects Liverpool to just come out and, do what they have to do to get the win kind of thing. So with that in mind, I'll be quite fearful considering that we are in dog shit form and we are playing like, we're in a championship, to be honest with you. So it's quite worrying.
I don't know if you heard what I just said, G. I said I'm nervous because you know what it is, right? Battle of Britain. I think it's been... I read the stat. I can't remember the year exactly, but it's been a while since the Scottish and English team have played each other. Not even let alone Champions League in Europe in general, right? And it's the Battle of Britain. They're going to be up for it. And the thing is, as big as they are, it's a Liverpool versus Rain. Like, bro, the goal. If you quality for quality, play for player, the golfing class is massive. We are much better than them. But
100%.
how many times have we said that this season? That's been the narrative,
bro.
And
yeah, sorry.
It's not even. We're not even exaggerating here. That I do think we'll end up winning. But like I said to Jerry, I would not be surprised I wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a win because the amount of times I said Brighton in preview, I feel we'll win. I was actually quite confident because we had a little rest and whatnot. Didn't happen, but anything less than a win tonight, it gets worrying because you then have to go Ibrox, and that game's going to be a whole different game to this game. Then you've got Ajax away, and then I think it's Napoli at the last game. They should be through by then, but they'll still, because of how poor we are, they'll probably still give us a game. Do you know what I mean? But this game is bigger than what people think, and even me, I was guilty of it. Even when this the group first got announced, I believe last week of August or first week of September, I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was.
Sorry, I'm even mad. First week of August. When I saw Rangers, I said out of all the games, I did say Rangers and Ajax would probably be 6 points. Two bankers that will win at home. Napoli's always, you never know. But that was at the start of the season. We hadn't seen this many bad performances yet. But I said Rangers and Ajax will be the two home games. Out of the 6 games in the group, with the 2 games we will definitely win. Cool. One of them I was right. Hopefully I'm right with this one. But this one's so key because, if we do win these next 2 games, it puts us in very good stead because I think we'll comfortably be second. Ajax and Napoli are going to be points dropped. There's 2 good teams going up against each other. And these 2 games are crucial, especially this one because we're at home. But this is how in the mud we are. We're going into every game not being surprised what the result may be. That's worrying. That is worrying.
Yeah. Well, you saw it last night. For those who watched the Sky Sports, Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher, and obviously they were talking about Trent, but not even to talk about Trent. They were talking about Liverpool, and they were talking about like Liverpool's midfield. And today I put out like what I would want it to be, for today's game. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's a rubbish team, and how could you want that kind of team? And I said, your best midfield that you keep lording over, your Thiagos, your Fabinhos, your Hendos, or Elliott's kind of thing in the middle, they got butt raped by, Brighton through the middle. What makes you think that we're going to play any different against Rangers? Do you get what I'm trying to say? It doesn't actually matter who we play in anywhere, to be honest with you, because the team in general is just stinky at the moment. So the reality is, I'm just trying to see something different. The news has come out that apparently Jurgen Klopp is looking to potentially switch it up a bit. Listen, until I see Jurgen Klopp play like some mad formation or something crazy.
Yeah, what is the switch up? How do you define the switch up?
Because anyone who tells me, look, and I put that as my formation for today because I don't think he will. But anyone who tells me 4-2-3-1 is a switch up with Jurgen Klopp, you do not know football. And I will actually say that to your face because Jurgen Klopp's definition of 4-2-3-1 is 4-3-3. It's just a little, and I do mean a little different, but the players will be positioned in the exact same way as they do in a 4-3-3. We know that. We've seen it on countless occasions. We've seen it numerous times. Even when we play a 4-2-4, it's kind of still a 4-3-3 in terms of the positions. It's just maybe a bit more on the attack and things like that. But all of that's not gonna change anything until I see Jurgen Klopp do something outrageous. I ain't gonna believe that shit.
Yeah, man. It's do you know what it is? It's like this change, do you know what I mean? If this changes, do you know what I mean? Nunes plays up top and we see Bobby. Like, we've seen this. Like, we've seen this. This isn't radical enough for me. I don't know whether, do you know what I mean? I don't know whether I'm expecting too much, but I want a radical change. Like, do something mad. Play Gomez in the DM.
Matip, DM. We said it before. Matip,
But that's what I'm
DM.
saying. Matip, DM. Do something mad that's going to make me think, you know what? You're actually trying to solve the situation. Like, you are trying to think outside the box.
And Jerry, not even that will be refreshing for us, and we'd like to see it. It will confuse the opposition. Like, that's the main thing. It will confuse.
But considering Klopp's presser quotes saying that, obviously, after the Brighton game, saying that, you know, we didn't know how Brighton would set up. I think he wants other teams to set them up. I think he's probably sent out an email. Do you know what I mean? CC'd in, do you know what I mean? The director of football for Rangers, Steven Gerrard as well, he's probably got some contacts up there as well. Van Bronckhorst, obviously the main guy, he sent the email to, like, this is how we're going to set up, guys. We're going to go and do this, and this is the way we're going to play. It's mad. It's mad. It's mad. Let me just run through some of the comments as well. Big up everyone. We got 30 people in the building at the moment. That's massive for 4 o'clock. So please, please, please just smash the likes. Say it. You know, it matches up the ratio. But big up everyone, please, because listen, this journey wouldn't have been possible without you guys. So big up, big up. We got Boo Rider in the building as well. Big up, Boo Rider. I hope you're doing well. We got Hussein Khalif in the building saying Klopp's still on the Milner pill. Yeah, you're right. Klopp is on that Milner pill. It's crazy. It's crazy. Excuse me, I keep looking around, but my cat has finally learned how to hop onto the kitchen counter, and it's bugging me out. It's bugging me out. I'm gonna have to lock it in the room in a minute or something. But big up everyone that's in the building, and Dicko as well. Well done to the under-19s. Yeah, I caught a bit of that on the train today.
Did they win? Yeah,
it was quite. Easy,
they're exciting to watch. I'd rather watch them.
But Romz, guess what the formation was in that game?
I'm not actually quite sure. I just saw a few of the goals.
They played 5 at the back.
Yeah,
I'm just going to leave it there. They played 5 at the back, and they've actually been playing 5 at the back for quite a lot of European games.
Just in that comment, that's what's worrying, because if you look at a lot of the big clubs, I know Jerry and I think Jerry and Drift touched on it. The things with the Man Cities, the philosophy runs all throughout the age groups. So the first team and the academy players will play the same way. Listen to what he just said. First team's playing 4-3-3, and then under 90s are playing 5 at the back. Like, the whole point of you breaking into first team is to familiarize yourself with the first team. And I'm not saying every age group should be the same formation, but at least the majority should play the same way. So it's
at
not
least
that
under
much of a
21s
surprise.
and under 19s at a bare minimum, because that's the closest to the first team. Come on now, man. That should be a given.
Literally.
100%, man. We got Michael Corleone saying, big up, guys. 2-1 lucky win tonight. We have to see because in the building. You got JB in the building as well. Big up, JB. Hope you're well. We got Captain Sal as well saying 2-0 Liverpool. Big up, Captain Sal. We've got Jairan in the building saying the only thing man is switching up is his jacket. No tactical flexibility. Man,
he might wear fleece. He might wear 1-2 fleece.
And you know what's mad as well? That jacket that he's got, it doesn't even fit him. It's like,
you don't like that.
No, at least make it flat. Like, make me want to go and buy that jacket. You know, when he's got the coat, or when he used to have the coat back in the day, I used to be like, I want that.
Look comfy,
Why have this jacket? Is that all fitting him all awkward? Like, you know, like he's wearing his dad's jacket. Like, it's just too long in the arms, but it fits him in there. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good.
It's the Wenger jacket. Remember Wenger used to have problems with that long coat trying to zip it? Bro, he's exactly like Wenger. I'm telling you. He's copying everything he's doing now. Soon you're going to start hearing man talking about, like, you know, I lied. He's been talking about it. Wenger used to speak about how he doesn't have enough money to spend because they were trying to rebuild the stadium. Klopp has spoken about how he hasn't got that much money because of how the owners are.
Remember, we said this yesterday. They're both following the same steps. Even remember, Arsenal didn't get rid of him. They should have got rid of him 4 years earlier, but then it prolonged and gone a bit too late. Listen, I'm not saying Klopp not own it, but you get the gist. You get where I'm going.
You get the gist, guys. You know where we're going.
Exactly. We got John Moore in the building from Glasgow Red Chats. Big up John Moore. Subscribe to John Moore's channel. Hope you're doing well. We've got Kevin Pawan saying, don't worry, guys. Munosaurus at DM gets a run tonight.
I actually wouldn't be surprised. That is the maddest thing.
Don't even.
I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left.
If I could, I'd snip that last bit out. And if I see Milner in DM today, that's what I'm gonna hear. That noise. That's what you're gonna hear from me.
Guys, can you just let us know in the comments here, just quickly, just so I know that we're not going crazy. Are you guys not bored as well of watching Liverpool and the team selection sometimes? Like, we can't be obviously we're here on the screen and we're the ones, obviously we're chatting to you guys and stuff like that, and we want to have a conversation like all the time, like when we do these things. But just let me know in the comments. Are you guys not bored of some of the selections that he picks on a week-to-week basis? Like, do you not want to see something different as well? Like, it can't just be us. Like, otherwise, I start thinking, are we actually mad? Like, are we
the only ones seeing?
Are we the only ones? And then it comes across like we're being too negative. So I'm like, it can't just be me though, or it can't just be Jerry. It can't just be Romz, man. Like, surely you guys don't like seeing these selections as well. It can't just be us. But let us know, man.
It's mad.
I was going to say, you two, I think it is Celtic, and I know we've got a few Scottish Liverpool fans in the comments, but it is Celtic that we have the better relationship with, isn't it?
Yeah, Celtic. Yeah. Rangers, Liverpool's. They're not really. They don't really.
Yeah, they don't like each other. They don't like each other still.
Yeah.
When you seen the whole murals and all of that stuff around Anfield, they've already started.
They dash
the paint on them and stuff like that. Apparently, there's been.
Mad. I feel sorry for whoever did the mural because I shouldn't love.
Yeah, for real. Yeah,
but Everton chucked paint on. They've only just fixed it. Sorry, it's not funny in it, but just then they're gonna chuck it on it again. These men are probably thinking, fucking hell, we might as well just get two little security guards just to stand near it. Then they'll target the other one, the Salah one, and then maybe the Trent one. And yeah, man.
I big up Ravi in the building. Ravi saying John Moore doing 8-hour streams.
Right.
What on Liverpool?
Raw.
There's no way.
There's no way
I'm doing an 8-hour stream on Liverpool. No way. I'd have to sleep.
I do an 8-hour Liverpool stream. Yeah, I'd end up you man would just see me hanging from the ceiling, bro. It literally just be like I mean, noose around my neck, just swinging like a chandelier. That'd have been peak. 8 hours, big up. If John Moore's done that, big up John Moore, man.
Big up yourself. Big up yourself.
And just for that, Zabri's asked for it, but just for that, I think you deserve this as well, because Zabri said, look, I'm a bit moody lately. Can I see Salah dancing, please? He allows. We've stressed and pressed. Well, guess what, John Moore? You've earned yourself a nice lap dance from Salah. Here you go, man.
But why does it look
like a splitting image as well? Like a splitting image, bro.
Imagine it was. Imagine that actually was though. That's mad.
He couldn't come to training. If he ever was around me at training and I saw you did that video, bro. Anytime you play shit, don't even try to chat to me, because I'll be putting that video all around the whole of the training ground facilities, in the changing rooms and that, all of that. Can't talk to me.
Yeah, man, exactly. But look, let's get into the game, because we're not going to do a long one. Do you know what I mean? Today, we know we got obviously the game coming up as well. Depending on how the game goes, we might do a therapy session, a call-in show. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we try pattern. But
let us know in the comments, guys, if you guys even want to see that, like us do a call-in show straight.
Yeah, if you guys want us to do a call-in after the game, please. But we need likes and I need comments. I need about 20 people. There's 40 people in the chat now. Yeah, I need about 20 just calling. If we get 20 call-ins, we'll run it because a couple of people did ask from last stream. But if we can get that, if we get that 20 call-ins, then we'll run it. But cool. We've got Rangers. Do we kickstart our season in this game? What do you expect to see? I know we've spoken, at length about what we want from Liverpool, so it doesn't really matter about the game. But looking at this game in particular, do you think it kickstarts our season? Do you see anything different? Do you think we win? Like, I know you don't think we win, because I know about your prediction already. But do you think the performance will be there at least?
That is the last bit you just said there. For me, I don't care about the wins. The wins are not that important in terms of the bigger picture. I'm just looking at if the performance is there, fluidity, the way that we're moving, the defense being solid and stuff like that. If all of that kicks into gear today or tonight, should I say, sorry, at least, because we've got Arsenal on the weekend who are not going to be easy. So if that can at least be there tonight, then at least we have something to build upon. And I think that is more key than the wins, because people think, oh, if you get a win, then, we can build. No. We've had wins and we've still been playing shit. And you can see that it's not actually helping us in the slightest. It's just papering over the cracks because the performances are still very, very bad. So if the performance is there, then I can say, all right, let's kick on from here. Let's keep moving forward. And then see what we can try and do at the weekend. Got Arsenal, at least the performance is there. So Arsenal then might just be looking at things a bit differently now. Because if I'm being honest, if we don't win today and the performance isn't there, Arsenal will be licking their lips. If anything, this is kind of a banker for them, to be honest with you, because they're favourites at this present moment in time, at home and stuff like that. So we're at home tonight. Rangers is a favourable game. We should beat them. So let's just wait and see, man.
Romz, Rangers haven't obviously look. Although they're second in their league, like behind Celtic, in the Champions League they've found it a bit harder. Like we know against Ajax they lost 4-0, if I believe correctly. They've struggled obviously to get to grips with Champions League football, which is expected considering they haven't been in the Champions League for a while. Last season was really the only like real proper exploits that they've had in Europe, and obviously done really well. But then they lost a lot of their core players with obviously Bassi leaving. Morelos obviously is not the same player that he was a couple seasons ago. What's the one from Southampton?
Aribo.
Aribo, that's it. Joel Aribo as well, who's left.
Who's the midfielder that they the black guy, and he's from Finland. He plays for Finland.
Kamara.
Yeah,
Kamara. He's from So Kamara. Kamara's still there.
He's still there. Okay.
You know what? Yeah. Cool. Like you just alluded to, Jerry, they were always going to struggle their first Champions League campaign. I think 10 plus years, maybe even more. Yeah, 10 plus years. But I've watched 290 minutes of Rangers. Their first game of the season, because Prem hadn't started yet, they went 1-0 down to Livingston, come back, and you can see they've got great team cohesion. They all know what they're doing. And the other 90 minutes was the 4-0 against Ajax away, and they can cause us problems. I would say they play similarly to us. They'll try and get the ball out to Tavernier on the right, or Ryan Kent on the left, and they'll try and whip balls in. They do play very similar to us in the sense that they constantly want to get the ball into the box to Kolak, but it works. I think he's got 8 goals in all competitions, maybe even more. Last time I checked, it was 8, and I feel like he scored this weekend, so it might even be more than 8. But they play very similar to us. They have players that have individual. I'm just hoping. I know John Lundstrom's a Liverpool fan. He was at the Champions League final.
Yeah,
like he was in the crowd and that. I hope he's an agent. He just said, as a team talk, like, lads, can we just this is my team. Like, we're realistically not gonna go through. Let's just give them the win home and away. But I'm joking. But Kamara is very combative. And look, we've not dealt with that. It'll probably be Kamara and yeah.
Look, £7 just said, I just clocked, this is their beta Super Cup final. UCL losers versus Europa League losers.
Kevin Ferran, that's a dirty comment.
Derby, isn't it?
Because you remember fans were dreaming. I was one of them. I'm not gonna lie. Me and Sixers were 2 fans that were like, we hope obviously we win Champions League and they win Europa League so we can meet. That'll be epic. But yeah, you're right. It's now the beta cup final, but Lundstram and Kamara in the midfield.
You need Klopp to do some fiddling to some players, man. Get them excited for this game, bro. Right now they got nothing, no energy.
They're second in the league. I'm just looking at the table. Sorry, go on.
them two get around a lot. They've got Ryan Jack, which is quite decent. That I know by the name, it's not the most glamorous name, but he does the basics well. He's no nonsense.
Industrious, yeah.
Exactly. And then they've got I think it's Scott Wright. He's quite techie. He was what you were liken to maybe Curtis Jones. Very good on the ball. He likes to dribble. If Fabinho starts, it will be another situation where he'll kick it past Fabinho. Fabinho will do this. He won't even try and tug him back. He'll get a yellow. But they've got Fashion Junior, which he's like your Saint Maximin or Adamo Traore. His end product's poor, but he's very elusive. He's a live wire, but he won't start for them. He'll normally come on. So when we got tired legs, he's lucky. Trent's lucky he won't be on Trent's side because he plays on the right. But if he was on Trent's side, we'll be in trouble. But Kolak, their number 9, he looks a play. I don't even think he'll be at Rangers beyond this year. I think he could get a mid-table Prem move. I reckon he'll get a mid-table Prem move, but they're danger. And I think you touched on it. One of you two just touched on his name. Morelos. He's still, I know he's not the same, but he still poses a threat. One-on-one, he's still quite
Morelos. Yeah, it'll be awkward. It'll be awkward, and we've seen what awkward, obviously, players do.
They've got a decent little team.
And
Ryan Kent will want to prove himself. Them players always want to prove themselves against a club that didn't have faith in them. So
yeah.
But
it's just mad.
That's what side he plays down, eh?
Yeah,
that's whose side he plays down.
Exactly, he'll be on the left. But yeah, it's mad because you look at this game and incredibly, it's mad. It's the first ever actually competitive meeting between Rangers and Liverpool, even though there's a shared history of 130 years. Because you think about, we've played 10 friendlies.
It's the first competitive.
Time. Yeah, we've played 10 friendlies against them, but we've never actually gone and played them competitively. To be fair, the only Scottish team that we faced was Aberdeen, but that was back in the day. That was 80s.
Oh, we played Hearts. Remember we played Hearts in that when we still had Sterling and
Hearts.
Yeah.
I forget about Hearts, but you're right. But then obviously with this game as well, it's interesting because we speak on Kent, familiar faces, isn't it? And we've always seen you always get a couple players that want to go and show what this team missed out on. And when you look back on it now, even last season, would Kent have done a better job than Origi out wide or Minamino? I'm inclined to say yes. I don't know about you guys in the chat, but I'm inclined to say yes. This is a player that had that bit of bite about him, had the ability to take a man on, was explosive. When you look at, Romz yesterday, he spoke about Carvalho saying, look, he might not be suited to playing that left wing role the way we've been accustomed to seeing it. Looking at Mane and Diaz or a Salah even. He's a player that, he might not be as explosive, but he's way more explosive than Carvalho. And as from a winger's perspective, he poses a bigger threat. So you do look at what's going on. And then I'm looking now, and in 185 games for Rangers, he's got 31 goals and 51 assists.
Who's that?
Ryan Kent.
Say that again.
In 185 games for the Scottish club right now, with a return of, because I know you played, obviously he was there on loan as well. He's had a return of 31 goals and 51 assists.
That's actually very good. That is very good.
It's a good turnout, and you can see why. Look, he's a main man for Gerrard. He's a main man for Van Bronckhorst as well. Look, clubs are going to be calling for him. And then an interesting one, the biggest one, the hologram comes alive. Tupac comes back. He comes back to life. Back to reality.
How can man be making his his first, playing his
debut, Anfield debut, which is mad. And it's mad. How we feeling about do you guys feel it? Do you guys maybe see a Davies header from a set piece that wins a game? How bad would that be for Liverpool if one of our former employees essentially just
oh yeah, he's gone there, isn't it?
Yeah, but
you know what I think with Rangers, yeah, because people are gonna underestimate them regardless anyway, because they're coming up against Liverpool away from home. I feel like games like this, where it's like a derby as well, it's a bit like facing Everton. It doesn't really matter what form anyone's in. It's just a one-off game kind of thing. And I feel that the way that we're playing, we're so easy to play against. So when you've got players like Ryan Kent down that side, he's going to be key for them regardless of anything. But when you got players like Ryan Kent, depending on who we play right back on and who plays centre back as well, that's going to be very, very key for us because though him plus Lundstrom in the middle with whoever who wants to play alongside him, the way that we play recently, we're too easy to play against. So it's going to be interesting to see how this game kind of pan. Like I won't be surprised if we lose or draw, but it'll just be interesting to see how they set themselves up against us because as much as they might play a bit like us in terms of wanting to always be on the front foot and stuff like that, this might be a game where they might just want to frustrate us a little bit. And Tavernier on the right-hand side, we know what his deliveries are like. We know that this guy can put a ball on a sixpence if he wanted to. So the reality is they might just be looking towards that kind of game where they play on the counter-attack a bit more. And, you know, we're not really notoriously known for being able to chop down low blocks and, you know, things like that, especially now as well. So it's going to be interesting, bro. It's going to be super interesting.
Speaking of Tavernier as well, like I rate him so highly. I rate him so highly, man. Like I think, what? G, you not rating him?
No. Like I'm just laughing at.
That's why you're
like, oh, that you have him right now. No, but you see, like
I'm thinking of Tavernier and Trent are more or less the exact same, but I have Tavernier obviously not ahead because Trent is better than him. But as a defender, he is very competent as a defender.
But you know what's mad though?
No. G, don't say better in that entirety. Trent's better than him going forward. Tavernier is
but
But
the thing is, we say obviously going forward and stuff, right? But I have seen, like, it depends what you mean by that, because obviously the delivery from Trent obviously is always going to be better. His delivery is very, very good.
I know what you're going to say.
But I've seen Tavernier score crucial goals.
Yeah.
Forward. So
he's a goal scorer. Yeah, he's a goal scorer.
Trent's not great. Like, Trent's not great. Let's not beat around the bush. In front of goal, he's not that good. James is better than him.
Jerry, but this is the thing. Because he scores one long ranger a season, it will pay. You'll get top red saying, "Nah, he is." What you want about? Look at the goal against Bournemouth this season. Then you're gonna have to go back all the way last season. Look at that one goal last season. Then the one goal the season before.
That was a free kick.
Tavernier actually scores regularly, and I know what top reds are going to do. They're going to apply context to it, different leagues now. But I still believe Tavernier, and I think you're going to go down this route as well, Jerry. Tavernier was in the Prem, he would still be scoring crucial goals, probably a bit more than Trent. That's what we're trying to say. And Tavernier was loyal to Rangers because under Gerrard, he was that close to leaving. After they won the league, I know Villa wanted it. This is before Gerrard even went there. Villa wanted him. Southampton, a lot of Premier League clubs wanted him, but he had such that connection with the Rangers fan. They love him. They adore him. He just won the league with them. He's like, and then he signed a contract. He's like, you know what? I love. And sometimes as a footballer, when you're happy and comfortable somewhere, the grass ain't always green on the other side. But trust me, he is well sought after in the Prem. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is his last season there. No, honestly,
the only problem with Tavernier is obviously he's older, isn't he? I think he's 30 this season. He's 30 or he's not 30 I didn't know now. That. So
he's only 31.
That's the issue he's got. Obviously, he's come to the fray and to fruition quite late on in his career, which obviously is going to, obviously, in terms of going to that big team now, like, that diminishes. If he was 20, 25 doing this, he'd probably go to a Liverpool, or you'd see him go to a United or something like that, or even go abroad, because you've seen it with Bassi. You've seen it. They've just gone and taken a Bassi. He's playing for Ajax now. Tavernier could easily play in an Ajax team. Like, we've seen, he's got the ability. So it's interesting.
Bro, he played 361 games. Guess how many goals he's got? 86 goals. Wow. That is from a right back.
Wait.
He plays centre back as well sometimes.
You didn't just say Tavernier.
Tavernier has played. I'm literally looking at it as you was talking. I just thought, let me look at his stats actually. He played last season. He played 58 games and scored 18. The season before that, he played 46 and scored 19.
You do know that's just under a goal every 3 games. Just under. About 1 in 4.
Bro, like, and listen, look, we get gassed at Trent for the amount of assists he get. I'm more looking at that. That's even bigger.
Yeah. Do you know why that's even more? Many goals? Do you know why that's even more impressive, G? I know it wasn't last season, but the season before that, no, he used to take a lot of their penalties. I'm just adding he was a penalty, but not last season. So this is still impressive because I think it got given. Who did it get given to last season? I know it weren't Tavernier.
No, it was their midfielder. What's his name? he used to play for Southampton. Davis.
Yes.
Davis.
And even Arfield, remember Arfield from Burnley? I don't know if he's still there. He took a few. So that's very impressive because you would think maybe the goals would drop because he was their main penalty taker before last season. But to still have that, what do you say, 18 and 50 odd games last season? That means he's scoring all them majority from open play. That's crazy. That's crazy.
But I know, and the thing is, look, everyone always says, "Oh, yes, penalties," and I hear that. I fully, and that is obviously going to be what 70 to 80 maybe % of his goals. But it's still the reality, the sheer fact that he is someone who does know where the back of the net is. If it's not goal penalties, it's going to be free kicks. If it's not free kicks, it's going to be from set pieces where he's taking corners and stuff, providing these goals and stuff like that. I need to even check his assists, but
it's good, man. It's good. And let's just get into kind of Liverpool now, because we've spoken a bit about Rangers. We know the threat that they're going to pose. Obviously, we don't know what team they're going to go and put out, because let's be honest, we don't know Rangers like that. We don't watch the Scottish League week in, week out. I really only started watching Rangers properly in the Europa League last season when they were doing really well. So when they beat Dortmund, when they played against Frankfurt in the final. So Klopp's come out. Well, not Klopp hasn't come out actually, but there are reports from his sources, from the little minions that Liverpool pay, that apparently so there's going to be a change in formation. How believable do you guys feel that is, considering Klopp came out Klopp came out obviously in the presser against Brighton, stating that, look, the one thing that we're going to change is that we're going to do the same thing but better.
That doesn't even make sense.
Let's see if I've even got.
Oh, deep what you just said, Jerry. The one thing we're going to change.
Hold on, this one. There we go. So Klopp on the tactical switch. We don't have the time. We can play exactly the same and do better. That's already a fix. Like, for me, I don't see where the time is in between a game on Saturday and then a game on Tuesday. So if the time's not there, why would we see a change in formation? What is Klopp? Is Klopp now? Are we getting to a stage where like he doesn't know what to do? As Gia said, he doesn't know what to do because he comes out and says we don't need a midfielder. A month later says we do need a midfielder. I'm sorry. Yesterday he said we're not changing anything tactically because we ain't got the time. Reports are coming out that we're changing formation, which to me suggests a change in tactics.
You know what I find interesting?
I don't know.
You could tell this shit is you can tell that players you gain quite a lot from the stuff that they say through the media. Alisson at the beginning of the season told everybody that teams have worked us out, which gives you a hint that maybe we need to try and change up the tactics and style. Yesterday or today, I think it was yesterday, Tsimikas also came out and said that he mentioned about the tactics, and he said it's got nothing to do with the tactics. How can it be anything to do with the tactics? A few months ago we were able to do this, that, and the third, but obviously for some reason we just can't. Nobody at Liverpool seems to be able to pinpoint the issues that are going on at the team or in the club and stuff like that. But these little snippets that we get from players and stuff like Van Dijk has obviously come out and said that we need an extra midfielder. How he doesn't feel that it will impact players like Carvalho or Elliott. Little things that we've obviously said here and other people have said on other streams and channels and stuff like that. The players are telling you. It's almost like, when I don't even want to use one of Sherry's analogies because I know they're fucking wild, but
run the analogy, reload it, man.
I love that.
It is almost like that little Mo situation, and it is almost like that situation when you're in an abusive relationship and you do move on to someone else who is still doing relatively the same things, just nowhere near as bad, but you're trying to almost speak out. So every now and again, you might find little Mo might say something to someone, or she might give away a little hint to someone in the Vic kind of thing. And then, someone might be able to clock on like, yo, is Mo okay? Like, is she good? Like, she just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always one of those things. And that's what I'm seeing from some of the players is that they're almost trying to tell us, like, guys, like, you know, I'm locked in the cage. Like, can someone please help me? Like, I need to get out, kind of thing. But they don't want to say it too much because obviously they don't want to sound disrespectful or anything like that, which is understandable. But we're hearing all of these things, and I just sit there and I laugh at them because I just say to myself, this is your manager at the end of the day. This is the guy that you got to play for. This is the guy that's employed to make sure that we get results. And at this current moment in time, he isn't. So, you know, what else can you realistically do? Are the players fed up? Are the players bored of listening to the same voices over and over again? And that's something that people need to understand. It happened to Jose Mourinho. It happened, even Pep Guardiola made sure that he never wanted to stay at. This is why he doesn't like staying at clubs too long, because he understands that players get bored of hearing the same message over and over again. Hence why he's always changing the team or buying new players and stuff like that. These are little things that, you know, we just don't do. So players are inevitably going to be a little bit bored. Imagine you being from year 7 to 11, listening to the same form tutor over and over. Bro, I don't want to hear what you're telling me, man. Like, after a while, I'm not even going to be really listening to what you're saying.
You'll go to your head of year, like, can we have a new one, please?
Yeah,
No,
bro,
but
I used to say that a couple times. Like, can I get a new one? Like, this one's kind of annoying, man.
What it is, yeah, to put in that layman's terms as well, it's like, you know, if your mum, right? Obviously, some people might have not had this, but you know, usually you might get the one that you always see, is the parent that you always see at home, like every day, and that one you push the bar with a lot. So clean up your clothes. Yeah, I'll do it later, man. I'll do it later. Yeah, whatever. No, I'm not doing it. As soon as your dad or your mum walks through the door, your grandma walks through the door, or uncle walks through the door, boom, and it's like, I'm going to tell you a thing. You straighten up straight away because it's a different voice now. It's someone else telling you to do something, and you don't know what to expect. That's what's happening to me, because you look at, and we spoke about on Copish with Drift. You look at Trent, you look at Fabinho, you look at Van Dijk. People are criticizing their effort. That should never be in the question, ever. There's one thing being out of form, but like Milner's out of form, Hendo's out of form, but they don't look like they're down tools ever. They never look like they're down tools. Whereas the other players we're talking about, they look like they can't be bothered. Like Fabinho looks like he can't be bothered. Like he's not even
number 66.
Number 66. You know what?
I was listening to you and Drift and big up Drift, because when I didn't even know it was this bad. I didn't know there's reports allegedly. So this isn't facts, everyone, but allegedly, and just to reiterate, even Drift said allegedly. It's not 100%, but allegedly that there might be some tension between Fabinho and Klopp. Like they might have fallen out behind the scenes. And I know Jerry was saying that's worrying now. That's even more worrying, because that's deeper than why you smiling.
I don't know. I don't even know. You know why? Okay, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you why I'm smiling.
Romz is turning. Like he's seeing, you know what I mean?
You know why I'm smiling? And I'll say it here because this is a safe space. Yeah. The reason why I'm smiling is because this is what you top reds deserve, man. You guys deserve shit like this happening to you. Like, you deserve your players turning against the manager and stuff like that. Because the reality is, when we were trying to tell you guys about some of these players and lack of effort, and some of these players not performing to, you know, the top of their game, and maybe the reason being is Jurgen Klopp, and just not because he's a dead manager, nothing to, like, he's not a dead manager, but sometimes players just get bored of the same message. And remember, Fabinho's in a position whereby he's the only one sometimes in that position. He's the only one even playing that in that sense, like that DM position. And he's probably sitting there thinking, bro, like, you're getting mad at me because, maybe I was out of a position, maybe, or maybe the team were able to bypass me in the midfield, so that's why they were able to score. Hold on, why are you not shouting at Henderson? Why are you not shouting at Elliott? Why are you not, like, again, this is all alleged, so we don't actually know, so I'm not going to say any of this is fact. I'm not saying this is true, but I can understand, because I'm seeing it on the football pitch. Fabinho seems to be the one who's tired, who's leggy, who just looks like, bro, anyone can just run through that midfield, even if he is standing there. But it can't just be him. We play three in the middle. It's not just one player.
And G, just to add to it, like,
Thiago included, by the way.
I kept saying it's the personnel why Fabinho's playing well. And you, Jerry, Assad, if he's in here, saying all of you told me now, Romz, it's just him. I have to keep saying it, and it is. You're right. Like, he's in bad form, But let's not kid ourselves. The best Fabinho had Hendo and Ronaldo that were workhorses around him. So he didn't have to do as much as he's doing now. So he's probably looking at like for the past, let's say since that injury-stricken season, I'll go as far as saying that, even though we did well last season, he's been now doing this for, I'd say 18, the last year to 18 months. I know what was so evident about it. I'll never forget. Me and Saint did a preview of remember the Villa game? It was like our third to last game of the season. And Saint was saying he needs to rest Fabinho and play Hendo in the 6. 10 minutes into the game, Fabinho was spent. 10 minutes into the game, Fabinho pulls up with a hamstring. Remember, he was racing for fitness for the Champions League final, right? And I think, you know why I believe this? As much as alleged, do you know why I believe this is somewhat true? Fabinho's been tired. This isn't a recent thing. He's been tired from the back end of last season. And then you've got a manager that keeps playing him. We're very depleted in the midfield as it is. We don't really have that much quality, but you've got a manager that will keep playing him and won't even rest him when he can rest him. And now Fabinho's in bad form on top of being tired. Everyone's scrutinizing him. I think he's feeling the pressure now, and he's seeing his own gaffer not helping the situation. I think this has been built up. I think he's very frustrated now. So that's where when Klopp shouted him, and I think he said in Brazilian or something, do one, or you saw it on the cameras, that's where I think this is all stemmed from. This ain't just this season. I think this is even the back in the last season. But the reason why it's not magnified because we were winning games, and do you get it? We got to Champions League final, and do you know what I mean?
I think what really like supports that claim is the fact that obviously they asked Van Dijk about playing the high line, right? And the way he made the way he answered was like, well, obviously the coach is telling us to play the high line, almost indicating that this is not how he likes to play. Like I've heard him speak about the high line before, even to Rio on the BT Sport thing. And he's like, no, this is how we like to play. I like that because we know we get to. He wasn't talking about that at all because he knows that we're not pressing as intensely. We're not able to go and box people into our half anymore. So naturally, he wants to go and regress and drop back. And probably Fabinho and a lot of the players do. But we're being told not to. Do you get it? And that's where there is a disparity within our team. You can't really deny it.
And do you know what? Yeah.
Well, one second before you get into it, guys. We've got 45 people in the chat. We only have 20 likes. Please get us to 40 likes. As we said, ticket to entry, guys. Just smash the like. Just press the like. It's one button. I know a lot of you are subscribed already and stuff, so big up. But please smash the like because it does help the channel grow. Helps us obviously get that content out to pay for all the subscriptions for the tactics and the websites and all of that. So please smash the likes. Ricky, I'm nominating you. You're the bouncer today. Ravi as well. You know what? Why not? There's two. Ravi and Ricky, the two R's. You're the bouncers today. Please make sure we get to our like count. We want 40 likes by 50. We want 50 likes by the end of the video. Why not? Let's be cheeky with it. But sorry, Romz, carry on, man. Yeah,
just to add on to what you were just saying, that VVD back when I actually remember that the 1-on-1 with Rio before Champions League game. I can't remember specifically, but last season, and he sounded like he bought into it. He loved it. Yeah, no, we love the high line because it's how we press and it was working. And then the other day, I think last week or start of this week, when they asked him, it was kind of like, well, yeah, like you said, we don't really want to do this, but the coach, it's kind of like, when you're at school and you don't necessarily enjoy a lesson or whatnot, and you're kind of like, well, I have to go because, you know what I mean? I have to, I'm in school, but you don't really want to go. That's how VVD sounded. And I don't think our fan base will get frustrated by this, but I don't think there's any problem in trying to change to maybe pragmatic way. If we just drop back 10 yards this is one thing I'll still say, and I think you two agree. For me, Alisson is the best keeper in the world. So if
Pickford.
Taking the piss. But if we drop that 10, 15 yards deep it, to the fans, it'll be like, no, that's not what we're used to. That's not what we're accustomed to. It's not nice on the it's not aesthetically pleasing. It's not good on the naked eye. But deep it. Just deep this for a second. If we was to drop back 10, 15 yards, teams wouldn't be able to play through us. They now have to shoot from distance. Does Alisson get beat from distance? Rarely. No. If you see I saw a compilation, and most Alisson's goals that he's conceded since signing for Liverpool, so not recently, since the start, have already come in the box. He never really gets beaten from distance. So imagine if we just dropped 10, 15 yards behind, teams couldn't play through us. They would have to shoot from distance.
Problem is you don't press the same. And that's what it is.
But we don't press anyway now.
I know we don't, but the whole premise of it, and that's where the issue is because Klopp wants us to press. Pep Linders want us to press. That we're speaking about it and saying we can't keep pressing like this because of the players we've got, the fact that they're older. You need to change up the tactic. You need to. Like, we can't keep doing this. Yet we are doing that same thing. So if we drop off, we then can't get out, which means teams are going to pin us back. And our way to counter that is to go and press them really, really high up so they can't pin us back. So when we win the ball high up the pitch. And that's the problem. Look, there we go. Big up Streets Approved Thames. They want us to chase.
No, Tem, I saw your comments above that. No, Alisson does get packed, but I mean from outside the box, bro. If you go through his compilation, he rarely gets beaten from distant.
No, Alisson. Look, Alisson's without Alisson, we'd be in relegation. We'd be like bottom 3, like facts.
Yeah,
easily, man. So, do you know what I mean?
You saw what he did on the weekend, boy. So
yeah, do you know what I mean? It's one of those ones, and it's been like that throughout this whole season. So we can't even talk about him getting packed. But before we head out, guys, let's. Look, I'm not even going to go and talk about should this player start, because right now, I don't know if I can speak for G and Romz, but I know myself, I just want to see something different. I don't care what it is. I actually don't care what it is. Play Nunes as a DM, innit? Do something mad. No, but do something mad where it's like, raw. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've got an aggressive bro. You know, something that's going to make me think, all right, we're doing something different. Like, not only from I don't care about the personnel. Like, I don't care about, whether this player, that plays, whether this player plays or that player doesn't play. The only really one I really want to go and see, to be fair, is Arthur. I just want to see Arthur play. It's the easiest game he's going to be able to play in, because then we've got Arsenal and Man City after that. If we lose those 2 games, we need to win the next ones after that. So when is he going to come into this? This is really, although it's an important game, it's a dead rubber game, essentially, because like we're rubbish anyway. We're rubbish at the moment anyway. So might as well go in. This is the easiest game we've got, bar maybe Nottingham Forest, but that's in about, 4 or 5 games.
The month, yeah.
In the month, you can't really talk about that. So, you know what, Romz, give us your back line.
I was just about to say this because you know how you'll see all 3 of us starting 11s on Kloppzone. Ignore that because I've done some thinking. We gave that to Ash 24 hours ago. I've done so much more thinking since then. So that's not even valid anymore. But mine's not a back. No, actually, it is a back 4. It is. Konate's fit now, isn't it? In fact,
no. What it is, because obviously we know we could go like obviously back 3, do this, do that.
My back.
I'd say let's just go with the ones that we know Klopp's going to do. So I'd assume 4-2-3-1's potentially something he could do, but also 4-3-3. Like, I don't see him going for it. If he does 3 at the back, the Vaseline's coming out today, bro.
Yeah,
Vaseline's coming out. If I see 3 at the back from Klopp today, the Vaseline is coming out. Like, do you know what I mean?
I'll start putting more respect on his name. Right now, I don't have any.
Yeah, exactly.
My back 4 is Gomez right back, Simi left back, and Konate and Matip in the midfield. VVD and Trent don't start this game for me.
UG?
Same back 4. What about you?
It is, but I think Verge has to start, and the reason why it is because we haven't got like our backup centre backs. We haven't got, you know, like how back in the day we had like Carragher, that was our backup for a period where he was like a dominant centre back, like he'd go and run the line and he'd be like the organizer. Bar Verge, who else does that? Matip is quiet as a mouse. Konate quiet as a mouse. Do you know what I mean? Gomez is quiet as a mouse.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
The reason I don't want Van Dijk to start is just because we've got these 2 important games. Like, he cannot play every game. Like, there has to be some game where you do not play. Like, and I don't know if we've got any cup games.
And like Jerry alluded to, in the next 4 games, this is the easiest one because Arsenal and City. To everyone, these are already know that's 2 successive losses. I'm saying it from now, regardless of the result tonight. And then Ibrox is hard. Jesus, man. Ibrox is harder than this game at Anfield, understandably, because we are away from home and they're going to make it hostile. But Sorry, I hear what you're saying, Jerry, but we're gonna need that. It's simple as this. What G said. We're gonna need that
No,
in
but-
them other 3 games.
I know, but think about it. If we lose this game, we have to win this game to even have a chance
You're
of getting
right.
anything
You're
in
right.
the next
You're right.
game.
I just see.
If we
You see
lose
how in
this
the mud
game-
we are? There's so many different
No. If we
scenarios.
lose this game, it's turmoil in my like how we got Arsenal next. Like after the game, what did Klopp say? He said, "Oh yeah, we're going to give it a go." He said, "Today we're going to give it a go." Give it a go. What does that mean? Give it a go. Is that when you got 4 men in a 5-a-side game? You're like, yeah, we're going to give it a go because we're waiting for someone to come from work. That's
Give it a go.
go.
It's kind of conceding already that you're the underdog. Like, yeah, we're just gonna give it a go.
Listen, we know that the team loves the underdog, like positioning. They love to position themselves in the underdog for the fight, and that way, it's that Rocky syndrome, isn't it? So, yeah, I don't know, man. I think either or. To be fair, I hear both points. Let us know in the comments. Would you guys go Verge or Konate at the back? That's an interesting point. I know Konate is back. So
I'm
maybe...
hearing Ramsey's back. Is this true?
I heard Ramsey's back.
Because then again, I'm checking training pictures and I didn't see him again. So, like, I don't know what to believe now, man.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know, innit? But midfield, Romz.
Bajetic, Artur, and Thiago.
Interesting.
Changing it right up.
Our squad is shit.
I was thinking, I was like, man, this squad is dead. Is so dead. When man saying, oh my god. I'll go to Arthur and Hendo in the 2 with well, we'll get onto the attack. We'll get onto the attack after. Yeah, cool. Arthur and Hendo.
Yeah, I'm going with the 3 because I just don't think Klopp's going to really change anything. It's going to be personnel.
When you say the 3, Fab, Thiago, and Hendo.
No. My 3. Formation-wise, no. I think he's going to go Henderson in the DM. I'd go Henderson in the DM. Arthur and Thiago. I think with Thiago now, unfortunately, you're not a cotton wool player for us. You're a main guy. Like, we need the genie numbers for you. If you can't do the numbers, get out. And I've said it. Like, right now, we're in a position where that cherry on top of the icing, or that ice and that creme de la creme, we don't need that at the moment. I need raw food, innit? I just need carbs right now. I don't need gravy. I don't need gravy from anyone, innit? Like, I need carbs. And if you can't give me carbs, if you can't play this stretch of games, then you're not the right player for us with the system that we're playing. No matter how good you are, do you get it? So for me, Thiago plays, yeah. And then attack Romz.
Listen, we know he's not the best in his position, but something's got to change. And I'm not putting Salah tonight. So Jota on the left, Jota on the right, Diaz on the left, Nunes through the middle. I'm rejigging this whole thing. My 11 don't even make sense, but I just want to see something different.
I'll go. So what's that? 4-2-3-1. So the 3 is left Jota, middle Carvalho, right Elliott, and then up front Nunes. I'm the same as Romz. Like, Salah can't play tonight, man. He's my guy, but you're pissing me off too much, bro. Like, you're actually pissing me off. Like, you're not doing anything. So and I don't even really rate Nunes, but Lord, man, you have to at least try the guy. Like, at some point, this guy has to play games because. And
do you know what I've clocked? One player I don't rate for Rangers, I could jinx it, and he has some fucking Beckenbauer Maldini performance. But you see, Goldson, I don't know about you two. Jerry's a centre back himself. I don't rate Goldson. I think he's an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah,
he doesn't deal with low center of gravity players nor big players. So I think if let's not kid ourselves. As much as Nunes ain't been the greatest, one thing that has been good, and all 3 of us will agree, is his movement. Goldson struggles with movement. I saw it many times in Europe. As much as they won, I saw it many times in Europa League. I think Nunes. My prediction. We'll go into predictions, but if you've been on Kloppzone, you'll see. But I think Nunes will have one of his better games this if he starts tonight, and I think he'll give Goldson a run around. I don't rate Goldson how some Rangers fans do. He's very just erratic, and he's never like.
You know who that reminds me of though in our team though, and I think he's good. I'm not
Who's
saying
that other centre back? Because they always change it to partner him.
Ben Davies.
Wait, he starts for them now.
Yeah, it was Bassey. Remember, it was Bassey last season.
And now it's but don't they have an American brother? Actually, I think he's a young G. They've got an American brother they got as well.
I don't know, but I know
his name.
It'll be Golden Davies.
I know Golden's number one, yeah. But
it was Golden Bassey before.
You see, like, and this is just going back to the defense here, that obviously when Jerry was talking about having a leader, you know, you might have a point because you see Konate, yeah, as good as I think he is, that guy, he makes some mad decisions at some weird moments, bro. Like, he either doesn't, like, he lets the ball bounce, and because obviously he's a big, strong guy, and like, and fast as well, so he can get himself back into position quite well. But I've seen him make some mad mistakes here, and sometimes I sit there and think to myself, bro, like, are you okay? Like, why did you do that?
Wait, it's a bit like Lenny for me, like, and I don't mean it in a mad.
From Mice and Men.
Mice and Men. There was Mice and Men one where it's like, nah, but not even to say
that.
No, but what?
Jerry, have you watched the film?
That is mad. That is actually.
Have you watched the film?
Of course I have. Yeah.
You know, sorry, just on that film, yeah. You know the last bit where George is sending him a G before he lit that, and he's like, "Andy Alpha," and then he just shoots him. He don't even let him finish off this. Oh, don't kill me! I'm gonna watch that. GCSE.
But the reason I'm saying that is because, you know, for how big he is, like, he should be telling man what to do. He should be a commander.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right?
But he's timid.
Very.
Like, he's timid. Like, in how he defends, he's timid. You know how, like, Carragher at a young age was barking orders, like, you could hear him on the pitch. If you went to Anfield, you heard him, right? He's quiet. He's like you don't hear him. He's just there.
I need him to. I know he's into his like anime and stuff. I need you to turn Super Saiyan if you're gonna play today. Yeah, Ola, you don't like that. Like, I need some Naruto. Like, I need you to turn into Sasuke. I need something from you today. To
How could Jerry call him Lenny?
Nah,
you killed me, bro. You're basically saying he's one retard.
Boy, you didn't hear that from my man, boy. I'm not ready
Jerry
to go.
Killed me. Oh my days.
No, but no.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
No, what I'm saying, you know, for how big he is, right? You'd think the biggest guy in that team. You'd think he's telling man what to do. He's in the change room going, "Come on, boys, we're gonna do it." Yeah, not Evra was. You know, Evra.
Haldor settings, bro.
Yeah, Haldor. Oh my, that's what it is.
Big guy, and you think, nah, I'm not even on it against this guy. But the reality is, when you stand in front of him, you're like, bruv, you're actually. I'm not even gonna say the word because it just sounds.
Very cool, like that.
You man just say Haldor.
Konate being vocal like those anime girls instead, like.
Yeah. That's what he's on though, like, which is weird because you think, as Jerry just said, bro, man's a big brother and he's fast and he's strong and he's actually decent. Like,
and you know,
I would have preferred him over Upamecano anyway because I feel like that guy.
No.
You know why he feeds into this stereotype as well, yeah? Because when you see him just in the changing room or on the parade, like, he's just smiling, dancing.
He's just quiet,
he's just like a BFG. He's just like a big friendly guy.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I want. I want that kind of just, you know, like Company was a lead. Like, you know, you looked at him and you're like, yeah, he's a lead in his team. Like, I need Konate to do that because if he can do that, then I trust him to the next level. I trust him. I mean, like, look at this. Oni-chan sama.
Oh, fuck it.
Big up Streets approved, man. But big up. We got Marshall in the building. There's a new subscriber. Big up, Marshall.
Hey, big up Bulbasaur and them thing there. Don't get
man. He's saying, look, we are losing tonight. Mark this down. Jesus Christ. If we lose this today,
you'll see me smiling on screen. Don't watch that.
Now listen. As I said, it's 3 strikes for me now. 3 strikes and the words are going to come out. The 2 words. The hashtag and the 2 words.
You know, in your 3 strikes, I can't tell you what to do, but can Arsenal and City not be included? Because they are guaranteed. Look, I'm saying from now, we're not even drawing the game. You need to pick up
at the end of the month. If you don't pick up points, if you don't
that's
pick up
more
any
realistic.
points at the end of the month or pick up like 1 point or something, then yeah, man. Look at that. Lenny wants to hug it and squeeze it.
I told you, Hodor settings, bro.
Hold
Lenny,
on.
brother.
What he needs? He needs, Virg to sit on the bench and then do the thing that with the eyes.
Yeah,
innit?
like my man did, like just eyes
just
roll back and he
eyes
can
roll
just
back
go
and
into-
it's like, that's what it is, man. That's what it is, man. But yeah, my midfield, I've said the midfield. My attack, I need to do my attack.
Yeah.
You need to do your attack as well, G, innit?
Now you done it.
Yeah, I done it. Jota, Carvalho, and Elliott with Nunes up front.
Yeah. Mine's Salah on the right because unfortunately we gave him the big bucks. We gave him the big bucks. He's the main guy now. I need to, when the chips are down, show me what you're about. Like, show me what you're about now. Like, it's none of this hiding behind he needs a rest. No. You want it to be this main guy now. You pull us out of this mud. If you can't do it, if at the end of the season you can't do it, then I know where to rank you in terms of whether you're that Don Dada, that top player, or whether you're just a really, really good player. Do you know what I mean?
Or stat padder. Is he just a stat padder?
No, but maybe, look, we'll look at the end of the season. He's done amazing things. But that's what I'm saying. I need that from him. I need that. You know what? Go on that run and win us the game. Do you know what I mean? Do what Henry was doing for Arsenal when they were on the back end of his career. We're picking up the ball. I need to do something. Like where Joe was screaming.
Jerry, you're asking for do you really? I'm sure, brothers to brothers. Do you really think he's capable of that?
Brother to brother.
No, I don't. I don't. What do you want me to say? I don't. But I'm saying this is what I need from him. I'm not saying I don't think he's going to do it, but I need it from him. So he's got no place to hide for him. For him, there's no age. No one can say to me about his age. He just come off an injury or he's tired. Or no. That all gets scrapped out. You're the main man. You do the job. So for me, Salah plays. Bobby, unfortunately, is the best player on our team at the moment from an offensive standpoint, which is crazy when you say it. So Bobby has to start for me. And then Diaz on the left. And I don't think you can do anything else. I think we just got to... Jota's going to have to obviously... Maybe Jota comes in for Bobby, but then like Diaz for me has got to play because he just, in terms of just... He can create something out of nothing. You need that in our team at the moment when the chips are down. Like he's the only one really that's going to just go in.
Maybe if we're losing, but I don't know.
Yeah, but that's my point. So even if we're losing, but we're going to be losing in the first 20 minutes. We're going to concede first. Do you know what I mean? And then Nunes for me is impact off the bench. Unfortunately, I think right now, for now, he's our Origi.
64 million on another Origi. That's amazing. Don't you think it's mad? That when people talk about like mental fatigue and stuff like that and blah, 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 which obviously is a real thing. It's not fake or nothing like that. I don't hear this when it comes to elite players. Like I never ever heard that Messi was tired. Like I never heard that Ronaldo was tired. I never heard that like all of these, the top players, like even Haaland and, people like that. Yeah, I've seen Haaland get injured, but I never ever hear, oh yeah, Haaland's tired. Yeah. That's why he's a bit mentally fatigued and that. Like, I don't hear that Iniesta, Xavi, but for some reason with Liverpool, everyone's it's the mental fatigue, man. Played a lot of games and stuff like that. Like, bro, if you're elite players that you claim to be, bro, I don't want to hear that you're tired, bro. You go out there and you perform every single fucking week, bro. I'm not trying to hear anything about, oh yeah, these men are kind of tired and we played bare games last season and that. Like, so who cares? I don't really care. Like, you literally go into every season wanting to play every game. This is what you signed up for. So once you've done it, don't be crying wolf now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be telling me you're tired now. I would like Salah is the one I'm more thinking about when you mentioned about we giving him the big contract, and bro, like Salah, bro, you're supposed to be this elite level player, and I'm always backing you. I back you over Mane every single time. Like, but the reality is you're not like. Obviously, your powers might have been waned now. It's been 4 or 5 years, but bro, you're not showing me that. Like, I thought you could reach Messi, Ronaldo in terms of not in terms of ability, just in terms of the level that you can obtain in terms of like your goal scoring and stuff like you're showing me that you're not really there. Like you're in the Hazard kind of mode, like, or you're like a bit low, and Hazard is dusty right about now. So you're not really showing me. That like I need to Virgil, I expect to be at that level. Like I don't know why you're not there yet, kind of thing.
Kami saying mental fatigue, mental health, bun all that fam soft touch generation. Like,
Yeah, man.
but
Yeah,
do it is. Look, I get
yeah.
mental. I get mental health on a kind of just a world, just a basic scale, like just in life in general, just like on a life basis. But from a football perspective, like I don't want to hear. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I don't want to hear that.
like him playing multiple games, Salah's not going to have mental health issues because of that. That's going to show that he's at the elite level of the game.
Yeah.
Innit? So, but yeah, man. Cool. Before we head down, score prediction. Now I'll read some comments and we'll be out, man. But Romz, score prediction.
You do know that, because I knew it was the next question. During this stream, it has literally changed about 2-3 times.
Yeah, same.
So, all right, cool. But I'm actually sticking to what I first said to you at the start. What I said backstage to Jerry and G. I think I already told you. I do feel we win this game. I do. I first predicted 1-0, but then I deeped it. The narrative is going to be the same. We will concede first. So, and big up Drift, because Drift said this as well. I think we win 2-1, but Rangers score first. However, I will not be surprised if this is a draw or we lose this. I wouldn't be surprised of any outcome. But I think we win this game 2-1. And they take the lead, but we win this 2-1. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was draw and a loss.
G?
Yeah, I think we do win this game, but I'm going to go 3-1 or 2-2. One of those.
Bro, do you see how confused we are? Because I know, like I said, context, it was 24 hours, but deep the predictions we gave Kloppzone and look
at I gave 1-1.
That's how in the mud we are.
Mine, I'm sticking in it. I think it's 1-1. I think it's 1-1. I think Liverpool are gonna clearly, if we listen to the reports and take those reports on board, they're probably going to try something different, which means we're probably going to be sit back a bit more. As a result, I think Rangers will get into the game a bit more. I think they might score a lucky goal, and then we're going to press for that second goal, and we might go that 2-1. But I think it's 1-1. Big up Darren O'Connor saying, Romz got it all covered. He thinks we will win, but won't be surprised if we drew or lost.
You know that.
Yeah. Cool. Let's run through some of these comments, man. And Dico saying, pathetic. My closing Irish bar is going to be wild near the ground.
Yeah, apparently they're selling tickets to the away fans tonight. So there's going to be, like they did for the Ajax game, there's going to be some Rangers fans in the Liverpool end. So it's going to get sticky in them stands, boy.
Fancy going up there, you two, quickly, make the quick drive. We can get there in 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. We'd have to get to City Airport now.
Like, bro, you'd know.
Now. Assad, big up Assad saying, man are wearing hoods indoors. Is this what Liverpool has done to man?
I'm not taking off my hood until I see a good performance. That's my narrative now. I'm not taking off my hood until I see
a good idea. And it's getting cold. Listen,
yeah, it's getting cold. Yeah. Bro, you think I'm wasting my...
You know what I mean? You need to start wearing layers.
Exactly, man. Ravi saying, John, we've read that one already. Saying, Romz G Jerry, when we go 1-0 up in games, why do we sit back and end up sitting back and letting the other teams back in? I think they just come out a bit more.
We don't go 1-0 up. Like, what are you on about, Ravi? We don't go 1-0 up anymore.
It's true, man. Kevin Powan saying, I remember when Ryan Kent smoked Dortmund last season in the Europa League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave Guerrero a hard time.
Yeah, man. Co-op saying, when we kept Harry Wilson over Kent, I was vexed. Either would have done well, to be fair, in our team.
But that reminds me, if you're gonna watch this on a replay, big up yourself, and I hope you're well. But have any of you two heard from Demo?
No,
I'm gonna give him a message. You haven't, innit? Because big up yourself. Who put that super chat just in, Jerry? Because Harry Wilson was the 3 players you couldn't cost was Taki, Curtis Jones, and Harry Wilson. He loves them 3, but I've not seen him in any streams across the Liverpool community for about a month. Maybe he's in hiding. Maybe he's had enough, but I hope he's all right.
You know when you're just too tired of listening to the same...
That's what it is. It's the same stuff. He's probably in there, innit? But you just like...
We message him.
He'd be amazing at right back for us. Move Trent into midfield. I agree with the first part. I don't agree with the second part. I don't think he's good enough to play midfield, unfortunately. It all-round game. So
I don't know why everyone has this narrative that Trent could play midfield. Like,
because they assume you can play a pass, and we assume we as fans sometimes we just look at a pass and be like, yeah, that's what the player can do with this. There's more to midfield than that. There's ball carrying. As a dribbler, he's not great. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just there's loads of things that.
Jerry, do you know what helps?
If he was in City's midfielder.
But do you know what helps as well? Like, oh, thanks, Jamie. Jamie's saying he heard from DS. That's good. I was just getting a bit, hadn't seen him and I've heard from him. I'm going to give him a message. But I feel like if you've not played, I'm not saying you've not played the game, John, at all. But if you've not played the game, you would just think Trent can do that role. And there's, like Jerry said, there's much more to the midfield role. So, yeah, what Jerry's always alluded to it. If he couldn't cut it there in the youth team, and Curtis Jones could, and he came in as a centre midfielder, there's a reason why he's not there now.
Yeah, Jamrock, big up Jamrock saying, quick question: are any of our midfielders capable of making consistent through balls to our forwards? Quick summary: do you think yes or no, or try fly?
No, none at all. I think Thiago would be the closest, and I don't even think he does it that much, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and therefore it's not consistent. So yeah, to answer the question,
we're not cute enough in the final third, so you won't see Salah go that way and play a pass that way, and the players made a run, and you know, like how City score their goals. Yeah, I mean, we don't score goals like that. So no, man. Angel, big up Angel saying, yeah, but we've only lost once at Anfield in the Champions League last season. Liverpool win tonight. Rangers are an average side. Fulham were an average side.
Crystal Palace, Manchester United, Brighton.
And that was last season. And that was last season about losing one time.
Did we even lose at Anfield last season? I swear we didn't.
Inter Milan.
Oh, because we were pretty much already... We did enough at Man City, yeah.
Co-op, big up Co-op saying he was watching the Jerry James show yesterday, which is why Klopp will change formation. Yeah, hopefully.
I wish.
Big up Richo 63, Everton fan. Big up. Hope you're doing well.
You know, imagine if Klopp came out and said, I saw 3 males on their channel just criticizing me, and it made me think. I'd love him, you know. I'd actually
love him.
Bro, big man.
Like, I mean,
yeah, they actually made me think of things.
Captain Sal, big up Captain Sal saying Trent going through a bad patch, but when he gets through it, the same people will be calling him world class again. For he has never been world class or a generational talent ever, just a good crosser. I think it's world class crossing. I think his all-round game does need improvement, but I think when he's on form, I mean, we've seen it in it. Like some of the passes he has played, like from deep, have been very, very good as a deep passer.
He has world-class attributes.
It's like Son. For me, Son has never been a world-class player. He's just a world-class finisher. You put him 1-on-1, 9 times out of 10, he's finishing. But yeah, like Aubameyang as well, towards the end of my other club's reign. You know what I mean?
Sui Junior saying Guardiola, quote from Guardiola, after you win, you accept less.
Video!
And that's what it should be, but some fans don't want to accept that. Sui Junior say Konate needs minutes before the Arsenal City games. Oh, does he start ahead of Matic then? Interesting. Darren O'Connor saying 7 years ago today, Brendan Rodgers got sacked and he had more points. And he had more points than Klopp has at this moment in time in the Premier League.
And 2 years ago, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, Liverpool lost 7-2 to Aston Villa. Today's a bit of a tricky day, right?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Big up to here saying, I think that the info that the players are getting.
I love G. Sorry. I love G, you know. After G said something bad about Liverpool, he just smiled. Oh, I love G, you know.
Oh shit.
I think the info that the players are getting from Pep and Klopp is confusing the players. Yeah, I think it's just too.
Maybe.
Who's the Don Dada? Who's the Don? Who's the?
I don't even know.
No one knows. Read intensity. You get another opinion. Yeah, I mean on who the gaffer is. It's crazy. Darren O'Connor, big up Darren, saying We just have to do the job tonight and get the win. Exactly. I think that's paramount. Then obviously goes on to say, we ain't losing tonight. I hope so, for your sake, because listen, we're going to do the call-in show. We've got enough call-ins, so we're going to do that. We'll see what you guys are saying. LFC Aaron saying Firmino playing as a box-to-box DM.
That's so mad.
That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't even make sense. Like,
Sui Jr. saying, don't sleep on Bajcetic. No, I'm not. But the fact that we're playing Bajcetic as an option is just funny because he hasn't played. If he was playing all the time, if he was getting the trust that Elliot is, I wouldn't be saying this. But he hasn't played. So.
They weren't laughing because he's a bad player. It's just that that's actually what we're relying on. That's actually what we're even suggesting. That shouldn't be happening this year. Yeah,
there we go, man. Jamrock saying Klopp is not getting sacked anytime soon, so we can all move on from that thought.
It's not a wild thought, is what I'm gonna say to that. I'm not saying we're saying sack him because no, I don't want him sacked necessarily, but it's not a wild thing to think that he could. Like, don't let people make this as if like it's like a sure of a foregone conclusion. Nah, if he could, he's not guaranteed anything here. He shouldn't be anyway. He shouldn't be guaranteed nothing at this club.
Yeah, 100%. Guys, we're on 2 likes to 50 likes. Please smash the likes. Also, we're only 50 subscribers away from 500 subs. So please share, subscribe, press the notification bell, all those things, because we're gonna have to do a special show if we get 500 subs. We're gonna have to get a lot of dons on the show. We might get some of the Coppish lot on, we'll get Saint on, and we'll chop it up. So big up. Jamrock saying, believe when I tell you, just a G, I assume, believe when I tell you Klopp will not get sacked this year and he will have next year to fix this. Jamie also saying, got more of a chance of me pulling Kelly Brook, the FSG sacking Klopp. I mean, you're forgetting. Yeah, I think it's an interesting one because obviously I did hear that it would cost a lot of money to obviously let Klopp go or whatever. Nonetheless,
would it?
Yeah, because obviously he's under contract, isn't it? So it would cost about 55 mil or 50 mil or 45 mil to sack him. So I
didn't know that.
I heard Drift and Jerry say it, and I literally thought to myself, that's a signing in itself.
Yeah,
we could have got Concede back with that. We could have got Nunes with that.
And now the problem is, though, does that one signing, does that change anything? Or does getting rid of Klopp and paying that money change? We have to bring someone else in. So we're in a sticky situation. On top of that, all the backroom staff also got extensions. So that might be like 65, 70 we'd be paying just all out. It will be difficult to do that. But look, if we don't get, in response to Jamrock, if we don't get Champions League this season and the form continues as it is, Klopp will be gone because FSG, regards they're American, innit? They've got a certain philosophy. The reason why they got rid of Brendan Rodgers wasn't because, do you know what I mean? It's not because he was that poor, even though he was. It was because of the fact that we had lost the Champions League there and we looked like we were going to go and not get into Champions League again. And the club couldn't afford that. And I think Champions League is more important for the club than anything. And we saw it with Wenger. Wenger was pushed out of the club very, very quickly, even though it was the fans and stuff, and he left on his own accord. That will happen when Champions League started to revolve. If we get top 4, of course he stays. Of course he stays. Like he's gonna stay. But if we come out of top 4, finish at 8th, I don't think how that position's tenable in my opinion.
And you lot have seen how my other club are doing now, so these are things we have to think of.
Yeah, there we go, man. Can't guard me is going to be like Klopp, going to be like Romz, and Jerry made me think what I can do in this moment, you know, change the situation. So after this win, we are on a good moment. Bro, why is he grilling?
Wait, what does can't guard me mean by that? I'm just laughing.
He'd be like, I mean, the Romz and Jerry, you know, made me think, well, what I could do, think the situation.
In a good
after
situation.
That, in a good moment. Do you know what I mean? So, big up. We've got Cedric Lopez in the building as well, saying, big up, guys. My dream is 10-0 to us. Reality 2-2.
Yep, I'll go there.
See that scoreline as well.
It's a sticky one. man. Yeah, man. See, look, Marque saying if JK loses the dressing room, that he'd walk. In my opinion, yeah, very true.
Because remember, like you two have alluded to, he didn't want to stay. He even come out and said, "My wife's the reason why she liked it, so I stayed." He never had that burning desire to want to carry on. Just remember that, you lot.
Exactly, man. It's just real.
Remember, like, and this is where I'll have to give Klopp a bit of credit. Remember, he's taking us to that point now where we're one of those clubs, like at that level, well, supposedly one of those clubs at that level where this kind of job is very taxing. Like, you don't really now stay here for time now. Like Man City are going to be the exact same. I only feel like Pep even just extended the deal just because Klopp really extended his deal. So he just wants
more peas, man. You might actually want some more peas. What about that?
Yeah. And that could be the main factor as well, like just more money and the project kind of thing. But to be honest, with Man City, I don't really feel like there's even a project over there. I just feel like they're just trying to just dominate. It's not really a project. It's just, we just want to dominate, and then we can say that.
Speaking of the devil,
there we go. There you go.
I was just saying, I was worried, bro. I haven't seen you in any of the Liverpool community streams recently. I hope you're well, bro. Harry Wilson just reminded me of you. Big up whoever sent that chat in.
Big up Demo, man. Big up Demo. Hope you're doing well. There we go. So it's just Wiener saying, look, I'd be disappointed if Klopp saw us sucking and still wouldn't want to walk away just to collect a redundancy pay. Yeah, it's a bit mad. Jarek obviously saying not only that there's more of a chance of LFC signing a player in Jan transfer window than LFC not signing anyone.
Have you seen Liverpool the last 7 years? Like, do you know which Liverpool that we're talking about? Like the same Liverpool that went a whole summer without signing a midfielder? You really think now that he's just going to turn around and listen? I will not be surprised if we don't sign anybody in there. I'll just be seeing it because players will come back. Players will come back from injury. Keita might just stay until the end of it. Like, there's bare things that could just happen. Bare things.
Yeah. Big up Demo Dre saying, I had COVID and kind of busy with cricket. Oh, yeah, big up on your cricket experts. I saw a couple pictures as well, so big up on that. He's saying, it seems like I should have stayed away. What the hell is happening? Listen, it's crazy, man. As you said,
that's what
man.
I was saying. I thought you might have went into hiding.
Curtis Jones, man. It's Curtis Jones. But, guys, that's been the preview. Please keep smashing the likes. I think we're 1 like away from 50 likes, which is amazing. We've got 60 people in the building at the moment. So big up. We've given our predictions. You know where to find us, as always. We're probably going to do a call-in show because why not? So we'll run that for you. We'll trial it. We'll do it. Listen, if you guys don't come in and we don't get a steady number of people calling in, we're never going to do it again. You guys called for it, so we're bringing it. If not, if people aren't calling in, just EG and Romz talking about it because we're not going to want to talk if the result goes badly. If the result goes badly, we're not going to want to talk. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, big up everyone that's been in the building as well. Massive support. Anything you guys want to say before we head out, guys?
Liverpool just pattern up, bro.
Yeah.
Just pattern up, bro. Just pattern up.
That is exactly what I was going to say. Just pattern up, just fix up, just... Yeah.
That's all I can say, man.
There we go, man. It's been the J James Show, and we're out, people.